I came into PHOTOMAFIA because I needed their help and I needed their beautiful faces to test a roll of 35mm film. I basically had an upcoming job that was exclusively shooting analog film, which was really, really cool. But I suddenly went into panic mode thinking, what film do I use? What is the client requirements for the event that I'll shoot? And is my camera still gonna work? Because it's not something I've used on a regular basis. So really it was just about testing A, the camera, and B, making sure that the results were gonna be exposed and to somewhat what I was envisioning. However, this roll was 20 years expired, maybe more than that. So we really had no idea what the results would be, if at all. Probably in hindsight, I probably should have used a brand new roll of film just because I know it would have been, I would have known what to expect from the results. I came in the other day, it was myself, Joe and Alex, and those guys were looking after a work experience lad at the time. I can't remember his name, but shout out to you, thanks for being a part of it. And we just got creative. We decided to shoot some terrible headshots of ourselves. And I kind of had this idea to take some portraits of different emotions on people's faces. I wanted to do like a happy face, a serious face, a sad face, and then an excited face. But really we just had, 20 minutes, half hour just to shoot this roll and make sure it was working. But the boys here got very creative, set up some lights for us, and we put from memory, it was a pink backdrop, which did not come out in the results whatsoever. But that was because of the emotion in the film and the age and possibly how it was stored. We didn't get the results back that we thought we would, but that's kind of the beauty of shooting film. You don't always know what you're going to get, you don't know what the results are going to be. So yeah, it was good fun. It was just a nice little excuse to get creative with some friends in this cool studio and put a test roll through a camera, which filled me with enough confidence then to go onto the job and not have a complete mental breakdown when I was doing it. But after I did the job, after I'd shot the rolls of film, after I'd been reassured by the boys here at PHOTOMAFIA and putting this couple of rolls of film through this camera, I knew the camera worked, I knew I was going to get exposure, but the feeling of doing a job, I didn't expect to feel like this when I was actually doing it, but I was actually shooting a music festival. But when I was doing the job, it was so scary because normally I would be in that position shooting a digital camera and you can always have a look at the screen, see what results you're getting, and you kind of tend to be working to a brief in that kind of world, so you kind of have almost like a checklist of shots that you need to get for the client, for the job, whatever it is you might be doing. But when you're shooting film, you have no reassurance to what you're getting to know if it's along the right lines. You can't double check with the client to see if they're on board, to see if that's the kind of thing that they want to go for. So I really respect them as a client because they've put complete trust into me. But what I didn't expect to feel while I was doing the job was the immense anxiety and fear of not knowing what results I was going to get, which I know sounds silly, but even though I've put a test roll through the camera, I just assumed that everything would be good, which it turned out it was in the end. After I got my film developed from our local camera shop, Skiers Photographic, aka the Mini Lab, they processed everything pretty quick, dev'd and scanned it for me, and the client was happy. So no problems whatsoever, but the anxiety of shooting film on a paid job was tenfold compared to just taking a camera out and shooting some rolls of film, on a photo walk or whatever it might be. Because you don't really care if you get those results back because you're kind of going to learn from the results you get. I mean, don't get me wrong, we all get bummed out if we miss a shot or, we don't load the camera right, but doing it from a professional standpoint in that environment, it was really scary. Just to conclude though, the results I got back, I was really happy with, so was the client, so no problem whatsoever. But the anxiety of doing it has made me learn for, in the future, to take the pressure off myself and pray that the film will get developed and you'll get an exposure.